Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we've got Volkswagen's 2020 Golf. That's right, this is the first Volkswagen up on our channel, and it's about time we got one of these because the base Golf doesn't have too much longer here in the States. This is the last year of the 7th generation of Golf, and if Volkswagen has their way, they will not be sending this base model to the United States come next year. They'll have the new GTI, which still sells really well and is an awesome car, probably one of the best cars on the market. But this Golf, in just its basic plain form, will probably not be here. So this is kind of what we get, and you can already sort of see Volkswagen's narrowing down of this car and sort of sunsetting it by the fact that there's only one trim. See, we've got Golf here. There's no S, there's no SE, there's no Autobahn. It's it. This is the only Golf you can get. In fact, there are 4 colors and 2 options. Well, I should say there are 4 exterior colors, 2 interior color options, and 2 transmission options, and that's it outside of dealer installed accessories. So, without further ado, let's see what we get in Volkswagen's last model year. So even though this car is equipped with the tan interior, you see it's still black back here. So all Volkswagens are going to have a black back. In the trunk, you've got a little storage compartment on either side and what they call a faux floor. You're going to take this out, exposing your compact spare tire and some tire changing tools. But then you can also put this floor at a lower level for more space. So you get, what is that? Probably about 5-6 inches of extra space there. And then, so be it. But if you want to pull this up, then you get 2 advantages. One, you can put some stuff underneath here, so jumper cables or blankets, that sort of thing. But also, when you come around and fold the seats, you can enjoy a flat load floor. Not too bad. As you can see, the seats are very easy to fold. And since we've had a bunch of wagons and SUVs lately here at Daily Motor, and I've been doing the seat laydown test, might as well try it in the Golf here as well. Stay consistent. So, I wonder if I could do it. Yeah, I'll do it without taking this. Well, I'll show you guys how this comes out. So this come out just like that, and then you sort of pop it off its nuts here at the bottom. And then you've got a big old load compartment. And that's why people love hatchbacks. All this space, all this room for activities. So, if you wanted to camp in your Golf, could you? The answer is yes with an asterisk, because there's no way, obviously, my 5'10" body is going to be able to stretch out straight in here. That's what they make the Golf wagons for, the Sport Wagon and the All-Track. But if I needed to, I could lay down sideways and fold my legs and get in here plenty fine enough, I suppose. Ugh. So let's reinstall this little cargo cover. Hide my precious nothingness here in the trunk area of the Golf. Pretty easy to put back together compared to some others. One thing that the Golf has that I do like to see are handles for pulling down the liftgate. A lot of vehicles you'll see don't have any sort of handle and you have to touch the outside. It's like, really? Come on. Because if your car is dirty, why do you want to do that? Fuel filler cap, still regular business. Let's get this seat back in proper position and take a squat. And this is one of the Golf's great attributes, is a significant amount of rear seat room. As I said before, I am 5'10". I've got plenty of leg room. I've got headroom. I've got arm room. I can close the door here. It's actually a pretty decent place to be for $24,000. Fold this down and get a squishy little armrest, some cup holders. Got some door storage in here that's carpeted. Good to see. And that's about it back here. No sort of power ports, no vents. So it's basic. But what Volkswagen does with many of their vehicles is it's a basic formula executed really well. It's like a grilled cheese just cooked to perfection. No one's going to get excited about a few slices of bread and some cheese, but when it's done really, really well, you can still make a pretty impressive product. And that theme continues up here in the front. Just look at this. This is a $24,000 car. You've got nice premium feeling piano black and other sorts of materials around here. You've got kind of a gray shiny material on the sides and in the center console. A nice fake leather that does the job. No harsh, sharp materials. Even back here, you can really tell cheap cars from well-built cars from right behind the, what do you want to call this? This is like a door pocket. The back side of the door pocket, if you run your finger along, really cheap cars will have sharp bits in there, sharp plastic, uncut bits. Not here in the Volkswagen. I wish I could show you, but it's like, it's totally smooth. There's no sharp anything. It's kind of cool. So I'm going to fire the car up here, and you will see that this is a manual, so it's $800 cheaper than the automatic. Not necessarily better. I am a fan of manual cars, but this manual is not my favorite, and we'll talk about that a bit on the road. But it's also a little toasty out today, so I got the AC going a bit while we talk about the last few interior features. Nice mature gauge cluster right there. You've got your center multi-function information display, whatever they call it. I want to say it's MFI. That'll show you your digital speed and a whole bunch of other info, average speed, distance and start, how much fuel your climate control is using, engine, oil temp, all sorts of deals. You got an 8-inch center display here with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay support, as well as controlling the 6-speaker audio system. If you'd like to see more on that system, check the link in the description for our sound system review on this Golf. I've always liked Volkswagen's HVAC controls, and they do an excellent job in this car as well. It's just super easy, super straightforward laid out. It's just single zone climate control, but who cares, man? It works so well. Very straightforward. You got your heated seats, other AC components there. And I'm actually going to plug in my phone here, because while this car does not have built-in GPS, with Android Auto support, you don't need that. Because, come on. You've got a map right here. You've got Google. What more could you need? So I'll let that kind of stay up so you guys can see how easily that works. If you haven't used Android Auto or Apple CarPlay before, they both work pretty similarly. CarPlay is a little bit better, but if you have an Android phone and need to use Android Auto, it works quite well as well, especially with the recent update that happened last year. Other than that, what else do you have in here? Like I said, you got the center compartment, rubberized, nice and quiet. Cup holders. The center console is fairly small, but it is rubberized on the bottom and has two little tricks. In Volkswagen fashion, you can adjust the height of this armrest, and you can also pull it out so that you can really rest your elbow exactly where you'd like it. Driving the manual, I typically like to have it kind of down and out of the way, but if I'm cruising on the highway, I'll find myself lifting it up a bit. Okay, oh, and you got a sunroof. Enough said. So let's just get this out of the way right now. I'm sure it'll come up a little bit more during our drive, but I'm not a huge fan of Volkswagen manual transmissions. And the less power the car has, the worse it is for me. The clutch is super light, which you can get used to quick enough. I mean, that's fair. It's not a very powerful engine, doesn't need a heavy clutch. But you can't really feel the bite point at all. So you're kind of just guessing more or less, especially if you were to try to teach somebody how to drive stick in this car. Let's see if I slowly let the clutch out here. I'm feeling that a little bit, but not as much as I would like. And then there's a lot of rev hang, which is probably my biggest complaint with this car. You'll see as I come through some of these stop signs here. Oh, I guess we're waiting. You'll see as we go through a few of the stop signs, there's just a lot of rev hang. And I try to deliberately take my foot off the gas completely, then pushing the clutch, and there's still a decent amount of rev heading. They do that for EPA tests and daily drivability, but if you're good at driving with manual, it just gets annoying, especially because the gear ratios are really wide. So if you want to drive smoothly, you have to either feather the clutch, which is not great for it, or wait a long time for the revs to come down. See what I mean? The actual shifting is not too bad. It's not Honda slick, but it's fine. And I kind of like the feel of the shifter. Now, getting into this engine. It's a bit of a dog. It's powerful enough once it gets into boost and it's turbo, but before that, you really gotta wait. If you're down in the low rev ranges, you're gonna be waiting quite a long time to get power. I'm gonna kind of cruise here for a second, but then once I get up into this hairpin corner up here, I'll get on the car a little bit and just sort of see. Unless you're in just the right power band, you're not getting much out of this car. You definitely have to downshift to pass. If I'm going 63 right now, here I'll floor it. That's me with my foot to the floor. I mean, it's getting there, but it's taking its time. All right. Getting my complaints out of the way early though. Engine speed max 4,000 RPM. Gosh darn it. Broke the Golf. EPC, what does that mean? Volkswagen, are you living up to your reliability history? Do I have full power? I don't think so. No. Okay, well, let's pull over here and start with a restart. That's what you always try first, right? So I'm actually gonna open the door. Let this thing totally cycle off. Start it back up. Okay. EPC light is gone. Warning light is gone, so maybe we're in business. Well, can definitely go over $4,000 again and definitely have boost. That was strange. So let's do a quick 60 to 0 test and then 0 to 60. We'll talk about some of the good things about the Golf. Very uneventful. Now I gotta go into Vehicle, Settings, ESC, Traction Off. And here we go. Now that might have been a little bit too much tire spin there to get the best time, but it gives you a good enough idea. So flying around these corners a bit does give me an opportunity to talk about what I do really like and what I'm continually year after year impressed with by the Golf. We're talking about a $24,000 car, and this chassis is just so good. It takes the bumps so much better than anything else in the class, and it's fun to toss around. What else? It's a very confident feel that you don't often get in cars at this price point. I think those slingshots are so silly. Much rather have that RX-8. Alright, I'm gonna go easy here. Let these people give me some room here in the on-ramp, because we are going to floss it. Stop that. Okay, cruise control, no adaptive cruise here, but very easy to use standard cruise control. So it's a little tough to tell on this highway because this is a very loud concrete highway I'm on. But the Golf is gotta be the quietest car in this segment. There's virtually no wind noise, no engine noise, and only road noise when you're on a particularly loud highway like this. Very easy to drive. Steering wheel is just it's a very direct, communicative feel. The only thing that lets this car down is the engine, and I get the engine transmission together, powertrain. And that's why the Volkswagen Golf GTI is so good, because you put a little more power, put a little bit better transmission, take out a little bit of that rev hang, and bada bing, bada boom, you've got a really amazing car. The Golf is kind of like all that, minus those two good bits with the powertrain, the engine, transmission. But these bumps I'm going over here, I mean, I'm barely perturbed by them. It's nice and smooth. Seats are comfortable. What else? Oh, let's get back to Android Auto here for you. I suppose the Golf is really the car in this segment for the mature individual. Someone who wants a compact hatchback, but they don't want to spend a lot of money, and they want a car. They want a hatchback that's not saying, "Oh, I'm a juvenile. I want a hatchback because I can't afford anything better, and just give me something funky and cool." No, the Golf looks the most grown up out of everything in this class, both inside and out. The materials feel the best. The only car that really comes close to it in this class is probably Nissan's new Sentra. And the downside of the Sentra is that you can't get it in a hatchback. So you have to give up that hatchback practicality. But if you like a sedan, or even just don't mind a sedan, then that's the only other car that really holds a camera. Oh, look, there's a Sentra right there. Look at that. Yep, see, that's a very mature looking car as well. It's going to drive well. I guess check out our review on the Sentra if you're really looking in this class and you want to see sort of a competitive vehicle to this. I'm trying to decide, other than the hatchback part, why you would buy this over the Sentra. Because the Sentra's engine is definitely better. Well, I guess you can't get a manual transmission in the Sentra, so if you insist on having a manual, then you got to go with the Golf. I like the infotainment a little bit better in the Golf. I like the interior a little better. The Sentra's seats are really comfortable though. And the Sentra's ride is really good too. The steering's great. The bump compliance is really good. So between the two, I'd probably go with the Sentra. But you're talking about a Golf that's been out for what? This came in 2015, I want to say. So a car that's been around for 6 model years now versus a brand new car. So So that really gives something to say to the Golf. There are just some more exciting options out there on the market. Backup camera is quite good. And let me hop out real quick because I'm not gonna, I wonder if I hop out quick enough if I can show you. So I'm going to leave it in reverse and then take it out of reverse, run into the back. The backup camera hides under here, which is awesome because that keeps it free of any snow debris, rain, road, grime, anything coming up and dirtying the camera. It stays nice and clean and perfect every time. So again, smart engineering on Volkswagen's part. Take a quick peek at the engine. Kind of surprised there's no engine cover on here. It looks like there should be, but maybe Volkswagen forgot to put it on. Anyway, that wraps up the 2020 Golf. If there's anything you guys would like to know about the car, hit me up in the comments. I'll do my best to get back to you. If you'd like to see more on the Golf, check out our sound system review. We've also got a good amount of the competitors up on the channel and all sorts of cars coming in every week. So, if you liked what you saw, hit that subscribe button. Check out some of our other videos. And as always, we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor. Drive on.